Okay, hey, what's up to all my Pisceans out there? Please make sure to get the book at Amazon.com. The link will be in the description box below as usual. If you'd like to contact me for a personal reading, my email address as well as the prices are in the description box below as usual. I don't necessarily have the best camera, so you're going to go ahead and have to excuse me. I'm doing the best that I possibly can, right, as a small YouTuber. So I'm doing a live stream, which means that there's some things that I want to go ahead and talk about really quick before I begin, because that's what I use these live streams for, right? So number one, it's this, thank you. Number one, it's this issue of people coming over to my channel and mentioning other YouTubers. Look, man, I can't help y'all become bigger YouTubers, okay? I don't know, I don't really particularly understand why, some, because like I've been noticing this pattern of how a lot of people will come on over and like mention their YouTube channels or talk about how they want me to check out their channel. And no doubt, I don't have a problem doing that. But please keep that to a minimum, because whenever it is that you see me over on other YouTubers' channels, I never ask them for anything. Whenever it is that I show up on other people's YouTube channels, their live streams and stuff like this, I never ask for anything. I always say, shout outs to you, appreciate you, you know what I'm saying? I shout out, appreciate you. I love the work that you're doing. But if you're actually paying attention, I'm not asking them for anything, because truth be told, I don't really want anything from them. I don't understand why there's this consortium or a growing group of individuals who come to my channel and then like, because before they was coming to my channel and without any kind of consideration whatsoever, dropping links and stuff like this. It's like, you gotta, that's, you know, you're proving, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're proving my point of how crazy this is. Another thing too, some of the tarot readers, okay, and I'm going to say this the best that I possibly can, okay, but it needs to be said. Some of the tarot readers shouldn't be doing this, because, and I'm not taking shots at anybody in particular. I'm saying, if you're a tarot reader and you're not living up to the example of the stuff that you say in your videos, by definition, that's what a hypocrite is. A hypocrite is a person who doesn't respect either aspect of, you know what I'm saying, the scales, while at the same time trying to have it both ways. So what do I mean by that? A lot of these tarot readers, and I'm not saying all of them, I'm saying the ones who can't figure their own stuff out in real life in particular. Hey, what's up, Miss Tiffany? The ones who can't, appreciate it, the ones who can't figure their own stuff out, their own life out in particular, they shouldn't be doing this stuff, because it doesn't even make any sense for you to not be able to figure out your own problems in your life, and at the same time you coming on here on YouTube, right, which is basically, it is social media, right? It's a social media outlet, and trying to tell how many umpteenth people who may or may not be potentially viewing you this, you know what I'm saying, this is the advice, and giving them suggestions when you can't even work out your own stuff. Another thing too, and this is the last thing that I wanted to talk about, right, before I begin, right? Last thing, there's just some things that has to be talked about, because there's some things that's been happening for some weeks now, for about a month and a half, that I've noticed a pattern of. The last thing is, I'm here. The last thing is the females asking for help. That's the last thing, and I'm gonna go ahead and begin. What I see from certain women, or a lot of women in general, okay, is we need to start, men in general need to start being real to these women and start giving them game and start telling them like it is. Because a lot of women tend to have this habit, and I'm not saying each and every single last woman forever and forever, amen. That's not what I'm saying. Women, for instance, let me go ahead and give you an example. It was this female, came to my YouTube channel, stuff like this. She asked, she was like, hey, can you give me a shout out and stuff like this? She's like, can you help me out with my YouTube channel? You know what I'm saying? She was like, I would really appreciate it. And I'm like, well, anybody who knows me knows you know, in all intensive purposes, like I will go ahead and socialize with people, right? And I'll be charming and all that other type of stuff because I like the company. But at the same time, let's not forget, I'm still a Sigma. I'm still very much a lone wolf. Don't take it personally. That's just the way that I am. I'm a lone wolf. So the situation when it comes to females is, and I'm not saying every last one of them, because you know somebody gonna come to the comment section saying the exact opposite of what I'm saying, acting like they don't hear it. But what I'm saying about some women is, you can, on one hand, because women in general, not all of them, women in general have a habit of asking for help from a guy because they know that guy is going to know what to do. And then in a general sense, once they get upset, talking greasy about men. Y'all got to stop that. Seriously. Y'all, listen, that looks crazy because and I'm just telling it like it is, because the situation is that let me be more cordial. It's very confusing for men, for you to come to wherever men are, right? Their location. Ask them for something. They may oblige and help you. And then women in general, not every last one of them, because, you know, I have to keep saying that because, you know, someone is going to not hear me and then go on an entire tirade. But it's very crazy to see how men will go ahead and oblige women, help them up, right? Raise them up, right? In a respectful manner, of course. And then when women get upset, those same women that know good and well that they had help, they'll start talking crazy about men. Got to stop that. Women got to learn to stop that. That's crazy because it doesn't make sense. Because what it looks like is you flip-flopping. Which way does it go? Because you're asking supposedly your sworn enemy for help. Listen, Art of War, one of the basic rules, Sun Tzu, one of the basic rules, thank you, in the Art of War, you don't ask your sworn enemy for help. Now, what am I saying? Am I saying that women are men's sworn enemies? No, quite the opposite. What I'm saying is that men will be obliged to help women, but then stop talking crazy and stop acting weird. Stop doing craziness. Stop wilding out. Period. No matter where you are on the planet. What's up? So I'm gonna go ahead and begin. So the cards that I come up with, how you doing, are the Eight of Swords, the Lovers, the Page of Wands, the World, the Seven of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, the Death card, the Four of Swords, and the Six of Wands. So what I'm seeing here for the Pisceans is a lot of you Pisceans for this part of the month, right? Okay, so number one, I'm seeing how it is that through your situations, remove. If you're going to act like an idiot, I'm going to treat you like an idiot. Because women always do this nonsense. You can't, listen to me. I'm going to go ahead and put an end to it. Period. and you can't go ahead and shape it, flip it in any shape, form, or fashion. You cannot ask for help from an individual, then turn around and talk greasy about all of them. What women need to learn to start doing, I don't care. What women need to start doing is, and I'm going to tell you what women need to start doing, and this is facts. What women need to start doing is, guess what? Whenever it is that you as a woman meet those type of guys who are jerks, you point them out specifically who they are and you call them by name. Stop talking about all men. Oh, all men do this. All men do that. No. You mean the men who you dealt with. Listen, you can't spin that in any shape, form, or fashion. The men you dealt with. Period. Because even when I was saying the stuff that I was saying about women, what did you hear me say? I said, I've made it abundantly clear a few seconds ago about this, or a few minutes ago when I was talking about women. I said, not all women. I said women in general. And then I even specified. I said those types of women who have that habit. When women talk, when women want to talk, usually, not all. You see what I'm saying? I'm walking the walk and I'm talking the talk. When women, not all, want to play that game, they refer to all men in the same basket. No, that looks mentally ill. Because you come in here, can you help me with do this? Can you help me do that? Men are saying, okay, Miss Lady, I'm going to go ahead and help you do that. Then when something happens from a completely different guy that you don't particularly like how it ended for you, all men did this, all men do that. But what about that? Since you want to go ahead and play this game like all men do this and all men do that, what about this guy who helped you out? Does he fit in that basket too? And if he doesn't, why are you saying all men do this if he doesn't fit in that basket? So where are you going with this? You see, someone comment. You see where I'm going with this? You you see how mentally damaged this is. You're not making sense. So what I'm seeing here for the Pisceans is a lot of you Pisceans are in a situation where a lot of you Pisceans have been doing a lot of growing up since you've gotten yourselves into relationship situations, okay? The Eight of Swords and the Lovers represents the transformations that you've been going through in the context of love, okay? How you've been learning from your past mistakes and your past shortcomings, right? And the Page of Wands, the World, and the Seven of Swords represent how lately, especially since we're in a Mercury retrograde, you do have individuals who may have tried to try to approach you, but you pretty much figured out from a very long way that they were conning you. And a lot of you Pisceans wasn't necessarily falling for the trick because you've built up a well of experience enough to know when someone is being sincere with you, when someone is not. So the Page of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Death card represents how a lot of you Pisceans now, right? A lot of you Pisceans, what it is that y'all want to focus on, right? Because we're getting closer and closer to this Mercury retrograde. We're actually in shadow right now. Is that what a lot of you Pisceans want to do is use this as a means of transformation. Because, and then you have the Death card, which represents Scorpio, but it also represents Pluto, right? So what it is that I suggest a lot of you Pisceans do, because Pisces is ruled esoterically, I'm not saying exoterically, esoterically, by Pluto. And I have the evidence to back that up. Just in case, anybody, I have the evidence to back that up. Esoterically, Pisces is ruled by Pluto. And it's very ironic that you got the Death card, which represents Scorpio, but it can also represent Pluto, right? Because Pluto rules Scorpio. So you need to use this Mercury retrograde to change you being a sucker for love. All of you Pisceans who find yourselves in very dysfunctional relationships, all of you Pisceans who try to antagonize, because water signs have a habit of doing that. And I know that because I have an ascendant in Pisces. So all of you water signs who tend to antagonize the other person, change. All of the Pisceans who find themselves in dysfunctional relationships, stop being in those dysfunctional relationships. It's time to completely recreate and revamp how you do things. Now, the Four of Swords and the Six of Wands represents how it is that if you can learn to do that, then it's going to become very easy for you now and in the future, of course, to figure out who's telling the truth and who's being a charlatan. But what that's going to do for you is the Seven of Wands and the Five of Cups. What's that going to do for you is that's going to essentially eliminate a lot of the time off of getting to know someone, and then they turn out to be not really respectful to you. So it will save you time. So other than that, I hope this helped. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Bye.